This is Pro Series Off Topic.
Welcome back to Pro Series Off Topic. This is episode 21. I hope everyone had a great Labor Day weekend. This episode will be all about design trends. If you follow me, or if you're just starting to follow me, or if you've never followed me, I talk a lot about how you should never follow a design trend. There's a quote that Nate Berkus says that I love. It says, "Trends exist to make people feel badly about what they don't have." A lot of people love what they see on TV or they see in magazines because that's what companies are pushing. It's kind of like, really, every business has this. Car companies, they make the latest and greatest to make you feel bad about what you have. But don't get it mixed up what is on trend and what you are bringing your space up to date. Trend is all aesthetic. All aesthetic. Staying up to date is, the technology, the materials, everything, the advancement of the shag carpet. Obviously, old news. We have known that it's very hard to keep clean. It's all that put together. You need to think about that. Aesthetically, if you follow a design trend in 2 years or even a year, it's going to look outdated. That's the bad thing when you go with a design trend. Like a few years ago, that modern farmhouse look, that trend is gone. So you walk into one of those houses, you're like, ooh, I know exactly when this person remodeled that house. And, getting rid of all that stuff just to sell your house is going to look already outdated. So why do that? Do what you like. You're probably sitting here, well, I like the design trends. That's fine. Do it then. But is the reason why you like it, is it because you are seeing it on TV in the magazine? Or is that truly what you like? Most people are like, well, I don't know what I like, but I see this on TV and I like it. Well, that's fine. But let the designer interview you and figure out what makes your home a home and what you like about your home. In my house, I have pretty much every design style because I just can never make up my mind, but I never follow a trend. You might look at my kitchen and say it looks trendy, but honestly, it's white because it's such a small kitchen, and if I did anything else, it's going to look very, very tight and claustrophobic, and I could not do that. My dream kitchen is definitely not white. It's definitely not what I did. That to bring it up to date and also for resale. And you're probably thinking, well, isn't that just what you just said? Don't do? No. You do need to think about resale. But I didn't do it because it's a trend. I did it because if I did it in any other color, it will literally close it in and no one would want to buy this house because of how small the kitchen looks. You need to make it bigger. That was a design thought that I had in the beginning, that if I went darker, I would love to have a black kitchen. But if I did a black kitchen, that kitchen would look so tiny. And as you know, kitchens and bathrooms sell a home. So that was my main priority. I'm going to release a reel. Sometimes during this, I always make a post. Most of the time, I'm trying to do a reel. This week, I'm doing a reel, and it's kind of describing what a customer is texting me or texting a designer about them wanting to make their space look like the trendy new look or what they see in magazines. And it's and it says me with an arrow down. It's a video of Matthew McConaughey saying it's not real, it's imaginary, don't think of it. And that's kind of what I try to say to a customer. I try to say, forget about the trends. Let's design for you. Your house isn't going to be on TV. Your house isn't going to do all that stuff. So who cares about that? When you, like right now, whites and grays, people are still wanting them. They're going out wise. But those people that just did thousands and thousands of dollars on their home in the white and grays, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, are kicking themselves now because that's not what they're seeing on TV. They're changing it up. And they do that on purpose because they want you to keep remodeling your house. And you're probably thinking, well, as a designer, don't you want that because you get more business? And honestly, no, I don't want that, because when you get that taste in your mouth by a customer that a designer only designed for a trend and 2 years later you're going to regret it, what's that say about the designer? They didn't do their job. They didn't ask the right questions. You should make the space look timeless for that customer, for the lifetime of the customer in that house. That's a huge thing you need to think about when you're talking with a designer or you're trying to figure out to resell your home. Just knowing the difference between bringing it up trend wise and bringing it up to stay up to date. That's all I had for that topic. I wanted to get into country music weekly. Let's do the new music this week first. There wasn't a whole lot. Miranda Lambert came out with it's not a single. It's just kind of song. She kind of released, or she spoke about it on Instagram. It's part of like Apple Music's Into the Vault type of thing. So songs that they were written during certain periods of the artist's career, and they want to release a series of showcasing these singles. And this song is called Driving Back There in My Mind. It's okay. She made a big post about it. It's with a big group of these women that write a lot of music in country music. They've written with literally every single person known to man. But yeah, it's a really good song. They go by the Love Junkies. They're three girls. They're really good at writing music. If you look at their catalog of music, there's hit after hit after hit in country music. But yeah, go check that out. It's not a song that I believe is going to be released to country radio, but who knows. Next one, Killed the Cowboy by Dustin Lynch. Not necessarily feeling that right now, but you never know. It might. I'll keep on it. Chris Stapleton came out with another song off of his new album that's coming out this year called Think I'm in Love with You. It's a slower song. Next one is my favorite for the week, I believe, and it's called Back Then Right Now by Tyler. He's coming off of 2 number ones in a row off of his solo career, and he's doing a great job. This song is a really good song. Go check that out. Dan and Shay came out with another song, so this is a total of 5 songs off of their upcoming album, Bigger Houses. For the both of us, it is a stereotypical Dan and Shay song, the ballad. It's good. It's well written. Go check that out. And Colby Calais came out with another country song. I guess she's going full country now. She dropped the band, and now she's signed to Blue Jean Baby Records and just going at it. And this song's probably the best one, in my opinion, that she has released. It's with Sheryl Crow. It's called I'll Be Here. And it's kind of just having someone's back type of song. It's a good feel-good type of song. Raina Roberts came out with a song called Miranda. If you don't know Raina Roberts, her voice is incredible. You need to go check her out. Look her up on Apple Music or Spotify or wherever you listen to music. And the last one for this week, Naomi Cook Johnson. You may know her from the Runaway June. She was a lead singer. Runaway June left maybe 2 years ago. Signed with a record label for herself to go solo. This is her, I believe, second song that she has released. It's called Livin' Ain't Killed Me Yet. It's a good, I mean, she's an amazing singer, so I think she's going to be very, very successful. It's just nothing has popped off quite yet, but the visuals, the music videos, everything that she has released so far is very, very high budget. So I'm going to say that she's going to do very well. They're putting all their money for her out there and really believe in her, so that's always good. That's all I have for new music this week. Let's get into the Mediabase Chart, the top 5. Lainey Wilson is at number 5 this week with Watermelon Moonshine. We knew that was going to happen. It's going to be a number 1. That song is great. It got a lot of criticism by fans just because it was kind of the same concept of strawberry wine, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, she said that's kind of the whole point. Like, she made it to be like that because it's such a classic song with Dina Carter singing it, but it doesn't sound like strawberry wine, so I don't know. I still like it. It's a great song. Lainey Wilson is doing incredible. She is leading the pack with the CMA Award nominations that just came out this week. And that's a whole nother topic we'll get to after we get to the number one. Number 4 this week, Bailey Zimmerman, Religiously. Number 3, Thomas Rhett with Angels. Number 2, Luke Combs, Love You Anyway. That was number 1 last week. And the new number 1 this week is Kane Brown, Bury Me in Georgia. CMA Award nominations came out this week, and I will forever be confused by these CMA and ACM nominations. I think after the past 10 years, maybe, they just don't make sense to me. Like, I don't understand how people get nominations. People get gypped off every year. Entertainer of the Year, yeah, it makes sense. I'm not going to go through each one of them, but what really confused me is Album of the Year. Kelsey Ballerini was nominated for Rolling the Welcome Mat that she released back in February. Great EP, broke records, like it's the biggest in her career. Penthouse was a huge song for her. Blindsided, she was on SNL. She's going to be singing at the VMAs. Huge, but it's an EP. I just don't understand how an EP can be nominated for Album of the Year. It absolutely makes no sense. And 2 years ago, it happened with Carly Pearce being nominated from her EP 29 or whatever that EP was, and she was nominated for it. And it just doesn't make sense. Like, are these people who are doing the nominations reading the criteria for it? It makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. Entertainer of the Year. Lainey Wilson was nominated, not saying that she's not deserving of it. It just surprised me. When I see Entertainer of the Year, it has, to me, in my mind, it's someone who, obviously entertaining, has the hits for the year, embodying country music through everything they do, so any talk shows, any of that stuff. And they also are headlining their own tour. And she's not doing that, so it's, to me, she's just an opener for... she's opening for, Luke Combs, Morgan Wallen, all these people, which is awesome, and she's doing an amazing job. She's breaking records as well, but to me, it's just, I don't know if she's quite the Entertainer of the Year yet. I mean, I think she definitely deserves the Female Vocalist of the Year. I think that she has that in the bag this year. If she doesn't win, I'd be very confused. She's had 2 number 1s. We're about to have 3. She's had an amazing year. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And then, again, Carrie Underwood has been nominated for the 5th time for Entertainer of the Year. She has never won Entertainer of the Year in CMAs, which makes no sense. She's won ACM Entertainer of the Year 3 times, but not CMAs. And Luke Bryan kind of talked about this, and Miranda Lambert has talked about this, how embarrassing it is for the CMAs that she's never won. They just keep nominating her, but they don't give her anything. And then I don't understand how someone could be nominated for Entertainer of the Year, but not for Female Vocalist of the Year or Male Vocalist of the Year. It's just, how does that make sense? Again, I'm kind of done with the Academy and any of these award shows that have to do with an Academy. It doesn't make sense. So it's people in your field voting on you. Why? So it's a bunch of record execs. It probably has a lot to do with money and politics. Who gets nominated? It's getting old. I think the only people that should be able to nominate and vote for awards is, in my opinion, fans. They're the ones making the artist money, making the record deals money, the songwriters money. So it doesn't make sense at all. Or why don't you make a quarter of the votes fan voted and the rest association? I don't know. We vote for everything else in this country. Votes from the public. Why do we have to make groups that you have to sign up for and be a member of be the votes? I don't know. It's getting off. I didn't expect to talk about that, but thank you for tuning in. This week we have another cool episode with Pro Series. It's going to be coming out on Tuesday, so stay tuned to that. It's going to be a little bit different than the interior design base. It's going to be more exterior and landscaping based, so stay tuned to that, and I hope you have a great week, and we will talk next week. Thank you for listening to Pro Series Off Topic.